So Armijo is on. Here is left fielder Hunter Simmons hitting at 130. Freshman from Mountain View, California.
Of course, when you talk about that, back in the days with Philly, Deion Sanders was playing both. He'd go play football, and then all of a sudden he's playing for the Reds. You know, running. He's the fastest guy I've ever seen. I didn't get a chance to play against Bo Jackson, but Deion Sanders, from home to first or first to second, was the fastest I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
On the outside, ball one to Simmons. Of course, Deion, what? He was with the Braves, the Reds, the Giants.
Yeah. I would say he had all that speed, but a lot of times didn't know when to use it. You know, playing against us with the Phillies, losing 10-0 and Schilling pitching, he stole third. That didn't sit well with Schilling.
Swing and a miss.
It's one of our many brawls we had back in the day. That team, man.
Phillies, you guys used to fight?
Can you believe that?
Yeah. No.
Jeez. If you had a mullet, you were fighting. That's kind of how it worked back then.
Did you have the mullet?
No. Oh, no. And I was always on the outskirts. See, I was smart. I was 23. I was fresh faced, man. I didn't know what I was doing.
Are you saying you're smarter than John Kruk?
Nope. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Yeah, that was an interesting team back there. I tell you, just in spring training in '93, we had 3 brawls. In spring training, I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
That was just with your own team?
Yeah. Well, it was a different style. Like Pete Incaviglia, who was on our team, he didn't like for guys throwing inside. He didn't want guys throwing inside. So his defense was, if you throw inside too far, I'm charging. So he would. He'd get hit or grazed, bam, out he goes. That was his defense.
He was one of the greatest college hitters I've ever seen. Great career at Oklahoma State. 2-1. That's a strike to Simmons, evens the count.
That was the old adage on Nolan Ryan. A lot of the older guys that I play with used to talk about how he didn't like to field bunts. He was okay with a sack bunt, but he didn't want you bunting for a base hit. So if you get up there and you tried to bunt for a base hit on him, he'd just throw it at you the next pitch and say, there you go, if you're going to bunt on me, here's what's going to happen. So word gets around, and that's one way to defend. That's how he defended his bunts.
Simmons, a hard ground ball into right field. Station to station, Armijo stops at second. 2 on, 2 out for Utah. Braden Anderson coming up. 4 hits already for the Utes.
He does a nice job. The ball travels deep. It's a wonderful swing. It's the old adage of thinking like, hey, I'm going to hit this out of the catcher's glove. That's how deep you want to have in your mind. If you're a little bit late, he was a little late there, you'll hit it right through that hole. Good swing.
So here's Anderson hitting at 194. Senior from West Jordan, Utah, suburb of Salt Lake City. Switch hitter will bat from the right side with the lefty on the hill.